Hafa day and happy Sunday, Guam. I'm Jason Salas with KUM News. Thank you so much for watching. Well, it took almost 12 and a half hours, but the members of the Guam Election Commission got all of the ballots tabulated, properly accounted for in the island's 67 voting districts. Let's give you a recap of how Super Saturday turned into Super Sunday. Here are the races that you needed to know in the primary election for 2022. First of all, there were 58,152 registered voters with 23,261 ballots cast. 84% of those ballots were for Democrat candidates. Mathematically, 14% were for Republicans, and there were 540, or about 2%, crossover ballots. Remember, you could only vote for one particular party. The voter turnout was about 40%. That's actually pretty good. In the congressional race, talking about the races now pending certification by the GEC, these are the tentative final results. It was Dr. Judy Wonpat, the former Speaker of the Legislature, besting Senator Talina Nelson for the Democrat nod to advance to the general election in November. So Dr. Judy Wonpat will face the Republican candidate, that of course being Senator Jim Moylan, the lone Republican. There is a senator, and Senator Moylan got about just short of 2,600 votes. So Senator Moylan, again, pending certification by the GEC, Senator Moylan will oppose Dr. Judy Wonpat. In the hotly contested gubernatorial race on the Democrat side of the ticket, it was the Leon Guerrero and Tenorio administration, the incumbents, claiming victory over the upstart team of Congressman Michael Sinicolas and former broadcast journalist Sabrina Salas Matanani by almost a 2-to-1 ratio. This was basically consistent throughout the night as we were tracking these votes. So the incumbents did take the Democrat race. For the Republicans, it was former Governor Felix Camacho with 2,963 votes. He, and along with his running mate, Senator Tony Atta, they will advance, and they ran unopposed, so they will be on the ballot in November. The Attorney General race pretty much almost dead even. It was the incumbent Attorney General Levin Camacho with 11,285 votes. The very first elected Attorney General, that was Douglas Moylan, the gentleman on the right. He had 10,967 votes. So that means that these two gentlemen, now this is a nonpartisan race, and this race was basically on the primary ballot for posterity purposes. Basically, it doesn't matter who got the more votes in this race for Super Saturday. Both gentlemen will advance to the November general election. So you will see these two again. All right, let's take a look at the senatorial race really quickly. The Democrats, ranks 1 through 10. Therese Terlahi, the Speaker, was at the number 1 position. A first-time candidate, Chris Malafunction Barnett, very, very strong showing by the rookie candidate. He finished number 2. Incumbent Jocelyn Augustine, Amanda Shelton, and Tina Rose Munya Barnes were 3 through 5. Roy Canata, the first-time candidate, finished number 6. Sabina Perez, of course, a incumbent, she was number 7. Will Parkinson, number 8. Sarah Thomas Nedadog, 9. Dr. Kelly Marsh Taitano, the former senator, rounds out the top 10. And former police chief Fred Bodallo is at number 11. There are, of course, 21 candidates. Only 15 will advance to the November general election. 12 through 21 go like this. Senator Pito Terlahi, Dwayne St. Nicholas, you may know him as Jay Goodman or as Santa Claus. Jonathan Savares, of course, the son of Dedido Mayor Melissa Savares, is at number 14. Angela Santos, the sister of the late legendary former Senator Angel Santos, was number 15. Roy Gamboa, number 16. Alexander Duenas, John Ananis II, Dave Duenas, Franklin Bunkermeno, and Armando Dominguez round out the top 21 Democrats. Let's take a look at the grand old party as the Republicans had Frank Blas Jr. claim the top spot. He and his colleague in the GOP, Minority Leader Chris Duenas, were actually tied on a couple of occasions, but it was Frank Blas Jr. having the most votes. Former Senator Jesse Lujan, strong showing by Jess. He has the number 3 spot. Followed by incumbent Joanne Brown, and then first-time candidate and longtime attorney Tom Fisher at number 5. Former Senator Mana Silva Tyron had a very strong campaign herself. She finishes 6th. Tello Taitigui, of course, she is an incumbent, and she finished number 7. And then Michelle Hope Taitano, a longtime member of the Guam Parole Board, she is at number 8. The rest of the candidates for the Republican Party, there are only 16, so one will not advance. Vince Borja, number 9. Dr. Sam Mabini Young, she, of course, a former senator herself, is at number 10. David Crisostomo, number 11. Ken Leongaro, 12. Sandra Reyes Seau, number 13. Bistra Mindiola, the business person, is number 14. Ian Catling, an educator, number 15. And then Harvey Igna, a first-time candidate, a former banker and a recent retiree, he finished number 16. So make sure to check out KUAM.com and our social media platforms to weigh in, share us your thoughts on last night's balloting.